Welcome to Transmissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, HasLab Deathsaurus is finally here. For a lucky few, Yolopark and ThreeZero revealed their next super detailed action figures, and we discuss the tidal wave of information coming out of Cybertron Fest 2023. Today is Wednesday, December 13th, 2023, and this is episode 568 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that thinks Hunter Biden did it. We don't know what exactly, but he did it. I'm your host Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hello, everyone. Let's talk Transformers.
As always, we start the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for continuing to help us out and keep the show going. We really appreciate it. If you'd like to become a Donatreon, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. That's where you can sign up. And you get some bonus episodes, some bonus content, including our bonus show, We Like Big Bots. That's done by Dr. Pants and Daryl. We did have a confirmed Dr. Pants communication recently, so he should be coming back very soon. So
I can shed some light on the Big Bot subject if you'd like.
Oh,
Sure.
sorry, it's time to move
Okay.
on. I'm just joking.
Dr. Pants and I recorded 2 episodes yesterday. That's it.
yes.
It's a Festivus miracle.
So
All right.
look for them to get edited and sent out to our Donatreons to watch in about 6 months or so.
No.
You passed the first hurdle, though. Just make sure you don't lose the files.
No, they're there. Yeah, but no, we had fun. We had a good time. We had to dig some stuff out of storage because both of us have a lot of our collections in storage right now. So it was fun. We had a good time. And I gotta say, as a season 2, opener, we went hard. Like we went crazy. So yeah, we try to keep these episodes around 30 minutes. We blew that right out of the water. It was nuts. So yeah,
You hadn't talked
look for us
in like
to
2 years.
I know we had to. I had to go out and rent a dinghy, get out on the water, and just go calling. That's why my voice is so hoarse. I've been yelling, Dr. Pants, Dr. Pants, Dr. Pants. Have you seen Dr. Pants? Where is Dr. Pants? I've been yelling nonstop, and I finally found him. So you're welcome, internet.
I'm sure the internet thanks you.
Not as much as his wife. She's very grateful that I found her husband.
All right. Well, look forward to new episodes of We Like Big Bots very soon. So as soon as we get those edited, we'll get those out to you. Of course, we also have our Transformers Live Play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. And we are still going with the Rustford Files, our special side story. Episode 6 just came out last week, the Junkion Chronicles. And you can get all those episodes at transmissionspodcast.com/rust. We'll be getting into season 3 of Empire of Rust after the new year, so look forward to that. Of course, we still have our exclusive Transformers #1 comic cover with art by E.J. Sue from Skybound, so you can order that at transmissionspodcast.com/comic. And you can use our Toy Hacks code to get a discount at toyhacks.com, you can get 15% off all your orders at toyhacks.com with the code Santa Prime. So take advantage of that. You've still got some Christmas shopping to do. Santa Prime is here to he's here to help you out. So take advantage of that. All right, that's all our promo stuff. So let's jump into toys with HasBlab.
Well, all right. Deathsaurus is en route. We touched upon it in the opening there. So I don't know who Josh is, but Josh is getting his Deathsaurus, and gotten 3. It's nuts. And it looks like it's they're starting with the U.S. Bastards. Those bastards in the U.S. are getting theirs first. So I don't want to hear them complain about anything that ends up anywhere else first, because they got their Deathsaurus before anyone else. So anyway, yeah. So this stuff, I mean, is this really news? I guess so. We've known it's coming. So look for your stuff. I did hear that some of the times the Deathsaurus is showing up before the ship notice. So don't just wait until your shipping notice shows up. This thing may just show up on your doorstep before the shipping notice. So be on the lookout for that as well. So just quit work and just wait for this thing to show up. You want to be home when it arrives because it's wet out there, and it's
when you have to sign for it.
And you got to sign for it. So there you go. Yeah. Anywho, it's on its way. The next piece of information for HasBlab, and Jeremy's just been flying through the pictures, is we have the first in-package images. These are different than the ones that Hasbro put out. So these are just pictures of the item that has been showing up at people's houses, and we're getting some just kind of in box shots, and it looks great. So I honestly think the Star Saver packaging was better, not the outside box. Those are pretty awesome, but inside the box I think the Star Saver one's a little bit better.
The presentation was a little better,
very much so. Yeah. And then we've got some pictures of Deathsaurus. They're just being awesome, and these are just some first in-hand images. So yeah, if you're online and you're in any Transformers forum or anything like that, if you're on some Facebook groups, or you're in Reddit, or you're follow a bunch of collectors on Twitter, whatever the hell it's called now, or any of those social media accounts, you're going to see a lot of Deathsaurus in the next little while. So just prepare yourself. What is it? Winter is coming. That's the meme. Is that the meme? Did I meme right? Did I do the thing? Anyway, so yeah, just prepare yourself, because Deathsaurus is on its way if you ordered one.
And speaking of that, we have one of our members got her Deathsaurus already, and
this is
she
true.
sent us a little video.
Hey everyone, it's Shar here. I won't be able to make transmissions this week, so I'm doing this pre-recorded video. As you can see here, I got my HasLab Deathsaurus figure. He is so cool and so impressive. I am so glad that I backed this project. I haven't had this much fun with a Transformer figure in a long time, with posing him and taking photos of him. There was a lot of attention to detail put into this figure, and the colors on him are amazing. He's a lot bigger than I thought he would be, which is fine. It's just something I did not realize with him. So I hope you get your shipping notifications soon and that you get this bad boy soon. Char out.
Nice. And Shar also sent us a video with some comparisons to other figures, so we can see just how big this thing is.
Hey everyone, so as you can see here, this is HasLab Deathsaurus. This is him standing on his own. He can stand fine on his own, which is great. I've also had him displayed on the stand and he can stand fine on that as well. This is him next to the Earthrise cliff jumper. So as you can see, he's a pretty big figure. Here he is with one of the many Sideswipe molds. So he's still pretty tall. Here he is with, I'm just grabbing this. Here he is with the Masterpiece Optimus Prime. So that's MP44 there. So as you can see, he's a really big boy. He's a lot taller than I thought he would be. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about a spot for him in your collection, where you're gonna put him. Because I now need to find a spot for this guy. But I'm very, very happy with HasLab Deathsaurus. I'm very, very glad I backed him. And I hope you get yours soon. Bye.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to mine showing up. I love the Vac Metal Chrome. I'm so thrilled that they've gone and done that again. So, yeah.
Yeah. Looks very cool.
And for the audio listeners, like the deluxe figures kind of came up to his knees, and the Masterpiece Prime came up to his shoulder. So he's a big boy.
Yeah. Not a single Starscream in that comparison video. That's odd. That's odd for Char.
I was sure she was going to bring out that Cybertron Starscream.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we're left well, I think one of us on the show who's here tonight also got lucky. There might even be a clue in the video. If you're watching the video, you might even be able to see who that lucky person is. So we'll table that for trips to the store. But right now, let's move on with some quick hits for toys.
All right, and first thing we have up in toys is from Yolopark. Let me show you the picture. Yolopark at the Singapore Comic Con revealed a purple version of their Megatron model kit. This is like 20 centimeters tall, and it's a G1 Megatron, just all in purple and kind of translucent. So we have some pictures here. He looks really cool. So if you're into these model kits, check it out. It has red eyes. I'm not sure if those are LEDs or just, colored or stickers, but I think it looks really cool.
All right, next up, we've got some prototypes from ThreeZero. So they've got upcoming figures. First, they've got a Rise of the Beasts Mirage, and this looks really super detailed, like popping off of the movie screen. This Mirage in robot mode. Of course, ThreeZero's figures do not transform since they're licensed figures from Hasbro. But that Mirage looks really nice. If you're a fan of the Mirage from the movie last summer, might want to take a look. We also have some pictures of prototypes for upcoming figures. Jazz, these are the ThreeZero MDLX figures, a G1 Jazz, and a Skywarp and Thundercracker in full color, and which of course are just going to be the same Starscream figure in different colors. So if you were looking forward to those figures, these prototype images should wet your whistle a little bit, but these should all be coming soon.
All right, so I'm going to stick with ThreeZero, but I'm going to talk about their premium line, and they are putting out a premium Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. And if you remember Dark of the Moon, that was the movie where Prime's trailer transformed into this like armory that was in this weird circle that he could just kind of walk in and grab guns from, whatever he needed, and then just kind of walk through it like a little tunnel. And it was kind of cool, I guess, but definitely a new use for the trailer. Anyway, they're putting out a premium statue. Is it a statue or action figure? It doesn't matter. It's not a statue. But it's got all the weapons, and it's got a couple of different things. There's nothing here that really resembles the trailer, other than a couple wheels kind of hanging out. But the Prime itself looks pretty good. It's a neat looking figure, lot of detail. But it looks pretty good. The Prime is, I just want to stick with that for a second. The Prime is 19 inches tall himself. And I do have the trusty tape measure back. That is, damn it, this is not the right tape measure. My wife traded it on me. This one only has inches on it. I'm lost. I don't know what it is. Damn it, woman. Where's my
48.26.
Where's my conversion? Oh, okay. There you go. I need
If only you had some kind of electronic device that could do a lot of mathematical operations very quickly.
It's true, but that takes time to type things in. If I could just, pull it out and get the result I needed, life would be so much more simpler. Works for everything else I do. But anyway, it's a big statue, and it's got a giant base and stuff like that. It looks cool, but again, these are going to be pricey. This is the premium line, remember.
That's excellent podcast audio with the clicky sound of this tape measure coming in and out. That's very, very distinctive. Yeah, very nice. All right, so finally, it looks like the Studio Series 109 concept art from the Bumblebee movie Megatron figure is coming out very soon. We've got in-hand images of it. I wanted to point this out because, I was really not happy about the face, other than like the whole figure itself looks really good, but the face in particular, I was not happy with. But looking at these in-hand images, it actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to be. So this might be one I might try to pick up if I see it anywhere. But these images show the figure with a bunch of other movie line figures, so you can see how it compares to those all. And also a Studio Series 86 Grimlock, but here's with the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. It's a really nice looking Megatron. This Megatron looks really good. I mean, it's a nice blending of the G1 aesthetic with the movie aesthetic. It's a triple changer, so it's got a tank and a jet alt mode, which is nice. It's a good figure. As long as I can get past that face. face only Primus would love. You don't like the face?
I don't like the figure at all. It's
oh, you don't like it at all? Okay.
No, it's too robotic looking.
Well, I mean, but he didn't have an Earth mode.
Yeah, that's my complaint. It looks too much like a giant robot. No, it's there's nothing here that makes me think Megatron. You take the Decepticon symbol off the chest, and you take the fusion cannon off the arm, and you hand that to somebody and say, which character is this, right? And I mean, you might get Megatron because of the gray color, but you could get half a dozen other characters, right? Like, it's just, I don't know. There's nothing here that screams Megatron.
All right. I mean, I guess we do agree to disagree, because I think this looks very much like G1 Megatron, like the legs, the feet, the chest plate, the red highlights. I mean, it's not on the. I guess maybe the crotch is not not the trigger crotch you have for Megatron.
Exactly. Where's the trigger penis?
For me, I just think it looks a little unfinished, but I mean that's part of the design aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, people write in. What do you think of this Megatron figure? I mean, I still am a little bit thrown by the idea that now Studio Series includes concept art figures that didn't actually make it to the screen or media that they're representing. But that's another discussion.
We've gotten to the point that we talked about years ago that there were only so many characters in the movie. They have officially started running out of characters for Studio Series.
Yeah.
So they're into the Gamerverse, and they're into concept art characters.
Yep.
All right, well, the last thing we have in quick hits is something else we've been talking about coming up at the Cybertron Fest, and it is the Year of the Dragon figure that Hasbro is doing called Crimson Flame. And this is a retool of the Last Night Deluxe Steelbane figure, and it includes a display base, new blast effects, and a new spear weapon. And this is at Singapore Comic-Con, not CybertronCon. I'm not sure what the difference between the two things are, but this looks really cool. I like how they made like use of some transparent plastics in addition to the blast effects. Like he has like horns that are transparent yellow. The box looks great. It's more back in the style of the Year of the figures that they've done in the past, with like lots of red and gold. But I mean, I think this looks really good. I'm not too familiar with the Last Night Steelbane, but I think they did a really good job just kind of making this look like a new figure, I guess, because the Last Night was so long ago. So
that box is fire.
It is, and the base also looks really good. It's a kind of looks like brick, like on the ground, like a brick road.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it looks really cool. Yeah, they did a great job on the presentation here.
Hopefully we get this being distributed in the West too.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all our quick hits, and let's jump into our main topic.
All right, and this week we are going to have a quick little discussion on what they showed off at Cybertron Fest 2023, and that is, it was rumored forever, and people wanted them, so now they're going to get them, Titan class Tidal Wave. And they got a few other things here as well, but we're going to start with Tidal Wave. This guy's a big boy, and Tidal Wave was a big character anyway in the Armada line, but now we're getting a Titan figure, and this thing here is massive. I don't know whether we have any official size of it here, but yeah, it doesn't look like it, but he's absolutely humongous, and yeah, it looks really, really good. this is he's covered in Minicon ports, which you would expect, but I don't know whether they're functional. It looks like they're just kind of like faux Minicon ports.
I mean, as long as they're the same size, and you can just stick the minicons on it.
Right. Yeah. So there is a little video from Hasbro that you can watch, and I don't know whether Jeremy's got it queued up here. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
it's playing right now.
there it is. Perfect. So there are 3 modes. There's the robot mode, which I guess there's technically like 7, but you've got the robot mode. You've got the what is it? A spaceship
Aircraft
mode.
carrier.
Yeah. So and then you've got a base mode. So this thing's big enough to be its own base. And then obviously you've got the individual component modes. So you've got the hovercraft and or not the hovercraft, sorry, the aircraft carrier, and then the other 2 parts, which I'm totally spacing on right now. One's like a battleship, and yeah, I'm forgetting what the other 2 parts are. But yeah, he's massive. He's huge, and people have been asking for him forever. But yeah, he's cool. Guys, let's open the floor up a bit. Armada Tidal Wave. People have been talking about him forever. The fandom wanted him, and now he's here. So, what are your thoughts, Jeremy?
I think he looks great. I wasn't the biggest fan of Armada, but I think anytime we can get a giant character like this, I think it's great. And it's nice getting a Titan class figure that's not G1. You know, I think we've gone through all of the G1 giant characters at this point in terms of Titan class. So it's nice to branch out and give the Armada generation a chance to get some of their figures. I mean,
Sure.
They could have re-released Fort Max for an RID 2001 release, but they didn't. But anyway, I think this looks really cool, and I love how they got all these modes. They did say in the video that the original toy also could combine with Megatron, kind of power him up, and they weren't able to do that in addition to everything else because he's so big.
Right.
So
yeah, that would be a question I had, just because of his sheer size. The new Armada Megatron they put out a couple years ago was a little older than they probably were thinking about this at the time. So
yeah. So, and the size difference I think is bigger than the size difference of the originals.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you know, it still looks great, and I think they on social media, one of the Hasbro team said that the video is going to be out this week. So probably by the time you see this, the video will be out on Hasbro Pulse.
Right. Cool. Charles, what are your thoughts on a massive Tidal Wave figure? This is pretty cool.
Yeah. Tidal Wave, Tidal Wave, Tidal Wave. That's all he said in the show. In Armada, he would just say his name over and over again. But that's what I chiefly remember from the show for Tidal Wave. But this is a cool figure. I mean, I definitely think we need more Armada representation. I think this is a really cool figure. I like the color. I think the colors, the purple and gray, look really nice. Yeah, I mean, I like the kind of he separates into multiple components, but also has like multiple base modes and ship modes and everything. And there are, I guess there are
some of the smaller parts apparently can connect with them.
Cool. Very cool.
Neat. Yeah.
And thanks to Alex Dunn in the live chat pointing that
out. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, so I mean, this is probably not one that I'm going to pick up. I think I don't have space for Titan class figures anymore, but I'm happy for all the kids who grew up with Armada who now have something that they can put on their shelf if they're big Transformers collectors. But yeah, I like this.
Right on. Now, they did kind of announce something else at the show, and this kind of flew under the radar for a bit because Tidal Wave cast such a humongous shadow, and that was the Origin Wheeljack figure. And we heard about this a little while ago, and they did kind of talk about it during one of those Hasbro, Pulse events, I think, or maybe it got leaked. I can't remember. Well, we did know it was coming. And this is the other figure or the other character that shows up in the first scene of the first episode of Transformers is Wheeljack with Bumblebee in this weird ass van mode that it's like the hover van. And so you've gotten the Wheeljack here to go with that Bumblebee. And it's pretty cool. So take a look at this. It's a pretty good looking, faithful robot mode of Wheeljack, but it does transform into that weird ass hover van. So very cool. Charles, give me some thoughts on this, as you are 100% in on the Origin series at this point.
Yeah, I mean we've been eagerly waiting this. I mean this was the third figure that had a unique alt mode that was shown in the first G1 episode. I mean, other than the Tetrajets for the Coneheads. And yeah, everyone has been saying, "Hey, this is we got Bumblebee, we got Jazz. This is going to be coming. We know this is coming." So I'm really happy with this. This looks great. I'm definitely going to pick it up. I see that even like the vehicle mode even has the little propellers on the front that to cut through the smoke or the fire when he was escaping from the Decepticons in that first scene. And yeah,
that's how you got through fire in the 80s.
Yes, propellers. Yes. I mean, I'm also I'm looking forward to, because each of these Origin figures has been very interesting in the way that they combine the traditional G1 robot mode with these weird ass alt modes. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work with this one. I think the Bumblebee one did it the best. The Jazz one was okay, but Jazz kind of has a huge backpack. So I'm curious to see how this one is going to fare. And then there's also a little additional feature, which I don't know if Daryl, if you're going to talk about that. The additional
I was going to mention it.
That's there.
Yeah. So, the feature that Charles is referring to, don't worry, Jeremy, I'll get to you. I haven't forgotten about you.
Okay.
That Charles is referring to is that somebody did spot it on the box, and that is that Origin Bumblebee will actually fit in the back of this weird ass van that Wheeljack turns into. So it was spotted on the back of the box, and some people kind of zoomed in. They did the CSI zoom and enhance a bunch of times, and they saw, oh wow. So yeah, you can open up the back of the van, and you can put the Bumblebee into the van. So yeah, just like it did in the show.
Yeah.
And you just gotta fold the wings up, and he'll fit right in there. So good job, Hasbro, for recreating this weird ass scene in the first episode of the very first show of Transformers. And but very cool, very neat. So Jeremy, we'll go back to you here.
Yeah, I have
what
I have up right now the picture, and then also if you notice on the sides of his vehicle mode, he has places that can hold those energon rods.
Yeah,
nice.
This is true. Yeah, so, that is a big feature. Not show accurate.
No, but now if you can remember where you put those energon rods that came with Bumblebee.
Yeah,
right.
I hope I still have those.
Yeah, I think this is great. We've been begging for this for decades, really, and finally we have it. I'm all in. I have the Jazz. I have the Bumblebee. After this, we just need the Laserbeak with the weird rounded wings.
Frenzy is Red here makes a really good point. We need Lamppost Soundwave.
That's it. Yeah, so get both of them.
Yeah, well, it's a set, right? Yeah. I actually still need to find the Bumblebee. I wasn't paying, Canadian Toys R Us prices. They were asking exceedingly high prices for it, and then it just disappeared. So
If only you knew someone that came across a whole bunch of them on clearance.
I know. So yeah, so I still need to find it. I'll find it at a convention or something like that, and pay a much higher absurd price for it. So
I would have got one for you, Daryl.
I know, man. I know. I didn't think they were ever gonna do this. I thought it was gonna be one and done. But yeah. Anyway, this has been a really fun line to kind of follow. Because we're getting some absolutely crazy designs out of them and stuff that we never in a million years thought that they would ever do. And that's been the funnest part of it.
And
right?
where I think the compromise in this figure is in the legs. You can see how boxy they are.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And it also does look like he has a bit of a backpack if you kind of see behind him there.
Yeah.
We're not buying this figure for the robot mode.
No, we're not.
This is the interesting fact about these Origin series figures is the robot mode is secondary. You're buying it for the crazy ass alt mode.
Right.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah. So yeah, this is cool. Does anybody else have anything to add to this? Because this was fun.
No.
I'm interested to see it when it hits the shelves. I'll pick one up. And hoping I can find a Bumblebee along the way at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I still I don't understand why when Bumblebee came out, they just threw it out there. Like they had no fanfare, no previews about it, no like hype about it at all. It just showed up in in toy aisles.
Because it was in the buzzworthy line, and the buzzworthy line gets no press whatsoever.
I'm wondering if maybe marketing wasn't so sure that people really wanted that figure, even though designers obviously knew.
Yeah,
because they put more press for Jazz and Wheeljack.
They definitely did. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I don't understand. You put effort into making a unique original toy design. Why aren't you putting any because the Origin Bumblebee was not a retool of some other figure. It was a completely unique design. You shove it in your buzzworthy Bumblebee line that nobody cares. No, I mean it's a Target exclusive line, so it's like only going to Target stores. You spent you spent toy design budget on an exclusive Target figure. And then just shove it in there and, don't forget about it. So, yeah, I don't know what happened with that Origin Bumblebee that it kind of flew under the radar like that. But yeah, I mean, after the response of that, I'm sure they were like, "Oh, people want this, so let's make a little bit more big stink about this."
Yeah,
I'm
there's
hopeful.
a character model that we've never made that the fans might want it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's and I guess the way exclusives work, Target has to order more for them to reissue that Bumblebee, I guess. So I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon.
Get Origins Cliff Jumper.
Well, if they do one more figure, they can put out one of those blasted 4-packs that everyone seems to love, and I can't stand.
They do some 3-packs as well.
Well, okay.
So I saw, can't remember what was in it, but I saw a 3-pack yesterday. But yeah, if we got the Soundwave, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Origins 4-pack.
There you go.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I guess it'll probably be like maybe mid 2024 when these are hitting store shelves. So I guess we'll keep our eye out for it. All right. Well, that's all our toy discussion. So let's move on to trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
All right. And of course, Trips to the Store is powered by our friends at TeePublic. So if you want to get any of our Transmissions merchandise, you can go to transmissionspodcast.com/TeePublic. We've got lots of cool shirt designs. You can see Daryl's good guy shirt he's wearing right now with his good guy logo design. There's also a bad guy logo design. You can pick up, of course, just transmission shirts and other stuff with our logo on it too. Of course, you don't have to buy transmission stuff. You can buy anything from TeePublic using our code, our URL to help us out. So transmissionspodcast.com/TeePublic. Buy anything from TeePublic through that link, and that helps out the show. All right, now let's show off what we got this week. I'm going to go first. I did get to the comic shop and pick up a couple more variant covers of Transformers #3. So I don't remember who the artist is, but I think this is cover B.
Only it was inside the book.
You gonna make me look?
Well, if he had bagged and boarded, he probably wouldn't have made that comment.
That's right.
Taurin Clark, I guess.
Nailed it.
There you go. And then I got the connecting cover by Orlando Arocena. So that's issue 3, the issue 3 of that. So continuing that series. And I got a figure. I got lucky in my local Target, and
Origin Wheeljack.
Not that lucky. Not that lucky. I got Core Class Snarl. So
Hot damn.
I found Core Class Snarl. There was only one. I picked it up. And yes, so now all the Dinobots are here. All 6 of them. And maybe next week I'll do the combination. But yeah, I've got all 6. I can make Volcanicus. Yay.
You sound very enthusiastic.
I mean, I like the Dinobots, the Core Class Dino. I mean, I thought it was a cool idea. I thought they were cute, but they are underwhelming. They're Core Class figures. They're not super detailed or articulated. But they're Dinobots. They're cool. Snarl's back comes off for some. I guess when you turn him into leg mode, this comes off for that. But you don't have to take it off to transform him, so you can just leave it on there most of the time. But yeah, it's Snarl. He's got a sword, no gun.
It looks pretty good for the size class.
Yeah. It's usually one mode looks good and one mode doesn't. So the dinosaur mode for Snarl is not great, but the robot mode is good. So,
well, I'm sure that combination mode is going to look amazing.
Definitely. Yeah. So here I can transform. He's tiny. I can transform him real quick.
While you're doing that, Alex in the chat said that he called dibs on the connecting cover through his local comic shop on social media.
So
it's
you can
going all the way to 6. I didn't know if you guys all knew that the connecting cover is going all the way to number 6.
Yeah. So here is Snarl in Stegosaurus mode. You can see like the back legs are the arms, and like you can still see the fists just hanging out there. But the Autobot symbol is cool there on Snarl's head.
If you look at him from the front, he doesn't look so bad.
Yeah, but you can see like the tail's so stumpy there, and the fists are just hanging out.
I think all these Core Class Dinobots have stumpy tails.
Yeah. So, and it's not focusing, but there you go. So, yeah. I got Dinobots, and they fit in the palm. I got Dinobots in the palm of my hand. Lots of Dinobots. So, All right, Daryl, what do you got?
Okay, well, I do not have Dinobots, but I wanted to continue with something that I had with similarly to what I had last week. I got these things at the same time, but I held off from last week because I was like, I don't know whether I'm going to have anything next week. So, and I don't. But this here is I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'd like to do something because this is just kind of cool. Yeah, this I'll take it out here just because I want to show it a little bit clearer. Um, I have a son who may end up wanting to use it, and I don't think I'm going to want him to because this is totally retro and very, very cool. I got some Transformers bed sheets.
Nice.
Mhm. So
Is your
these
son
are
potty trained yet?
nope. So yeah, so I got these original Transformers bed sheets. There is the Megatron on them. Just stellar looking Megatron there.
There's the crotch trigger we're looking for.
That's right. These are great. Yeah, so it looks pretty awesome. You've got Sideswipe and Soundwave there. You've got an Optimus in here somewhere too. Yeah, this is awesome. So yeah, I'll figure out what I want to do with this. Right now, it's just going to kind of stay here. Dr. Pants had a really good idea, and his wife made him a shirt, like a Hawaiian style shirt out of these, and that is a fantastic idea because these sheets are pretty durable, and yeah, it would make a great shirt.
I've
So
seen lots of people at conventions just use it as like a tablecloth.
oh yeah, they're great. Yeah. The other thing I have is something that I've been looking for since for a bit. It's not a toy, but I'm going to spend a lot of time with it in the next little while. It's Gran Turismo 7 for my PS5. I love this game, and I'm going to play this game a lot. I got it today. It came out in like the summer or something like that, maybe even the spring, and it is still full price. It is insane. So this thing has not come down, and it was actually quite difficult to find. I had to. I was in a mall in the north end of the city, and it was the only new copy they had left. So
I mean,
yeah,
that's just the way of first party games these days.
yeah. So, but this game, from what I understand, is just amazing. So I'm really interested to get it started. And yeah, I still like to buy the physical copies because I could sell these eventually.
I don't want to hear any complaints about non-Transformer items anymore.
I'm just trying to keep up with you guys. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got this week.
All right. Well, Deathsaurus hasn't shown up yet in Trips to the Store, or has he?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have anything this week. Oh yeah. Oh, what's this box? Oh yeah, I did.
There we go, Jeremy.
There we go. I got some nice Guido Guidi art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my tracking information on FedEx is since like I think November 27th or whenever people first started getting those tracking notices, I got like label has been created and it just sat there. And then Friday, I was like, you're going to get it tomorrow. So nothing like we have reached this destination and, you know, where it's going through the system. It was just, it's going to show up, and it showed up at 10 a.m. on Saturday. So, you know, awesome with that. So I have him, and Char showed him off in the robot mode. I have him here in the space chicken mode. And I think it's so cool. The joints are very ratchety. He's
nice.
He's a lot of fun. While I was getting him out and messing with him, my son was also kind of playing with the different pieces, and very durable, held up to a 9-year-old. So, he's not just a collector's piece. He is an actual, Transformer toy. So I think this is just well worth the expense. With everything you get, I'm trying to take the gun off here. Some of the ports for connecting the weapons and other things are very tight. So there were a couple times where I thought I was about to break it when I was trying to like move a panel or something. It was just really hard the first time. Here's the full gun. I have to move it back. It's very big.
Living metal destroying cannon.
Yeah, and it also folds in half to have another form. I have the throne here, which I haven't really set them in yet. I transformed them to the chicken mode before I could put them in the throne. It has weapon storage in the back, which is really nice. And the mace is really cool. After years of having fake chains with Transformer weapons, it was surreal having like an actual chain. So that was really cool. The two chess masters, like Char said, it's a lot bigger than I was expecting, even with all the pictures and videos we've seen. Here is what are they called? Tiger chest. I have him he was on the back of the chicken mode. I made him into the bow mode, and it's okay. I can't pose him as good as he was posed with the Hasbro people, but the gold on here looks fantastic. I'm really hoping we don't hear any of the about anything like what was happening with the Victory Saber with scratches and stuff, because there's so much of it on this figure, and it looks so good. And then the eagle chest is a little bit less impressive than the tiger chest. It's red, but it's still nice. And then the piece that's going to worry me more than anything is probably the arrow, because it's just a soft plastic, and I can just see it bending or something. So, and then I have the two little, I guess they're MicroMasters. It's what Peepo is this one, the little ambulance, and then I don't have the name here of the other one. I had the instructions out here as a cheat sheet on some of the names. Didn't realize that the boat one. And these, I think they're both Autobots. The Peepo is an Autobot, so I can't remember. I think Victory Saber came with Decepticon ones.
No, they're all Autobots.
Oh.
It's the rescue patrol. So two are in
okay.
Victory Saber and two are in Deathsaurus.
Okay, well,
so you get the full rescue patrol with all four.
Yeah, and I'm always a big fan of the original MicroMasters. So anytime we can get new MicroMasters, I think it's great. So yeah, I mean that's it. He's got some blast effects too, and he has a giant sword, and I'm not sure where my son put that. So there's a giant sword as well. He can't hold it in chicken mode. So anyway, he is great. I mean, very, very big. I do have also the stand. So this purple thing I have on this crotch, you can display them in both modes by manipulating the stand. So I love this thing. I think it's great. When it came in, my wife just kind of shook her head. She's like, "What is this giant Transformer box?" But we got to do what we got to do. So it's awesome.
You're nice. Well, congratulations. We are eagerly awaiting our Deathsauruses. So hopefully good news next week. Crossing
Yeah.
fingers.
Good luck. I mean, I'm thinking he's going to start showing up just random surprises. And I'm hoping too many people aren't just caught with FedEx, not being able to deliver for the signature reason.
Mhm.
I saw on Twitter, Ant was saying how his FedEx guy, like, he wasn't there when the FedEx guy delivered, but the FedEx guy came back at the end of the day because he saw the Hasbro boxes, and I guess Ant got a Hiss and Deathsaurus, and the FedEx guy knew about the
Uh-huh.
Hiss. He's like, "I want this." So that's awesome.
Make friends with your delivery people.
Yeah, and be nice to them. Give them holiday treats.
Mhm.
Okay, well, that's all for trips to the store this week. And let's move on with the rest of the show.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
And that actually takes us to the end of this episode of Transmissions. As always, at the end of every episode, we give a shout out to our masterpiece donatrons. Those are the folks who continue to support the podcast at our highest level on Patreon. So thank you once again to John Forex Levengood and Demon Tech 82. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate your support, and that's why we love to mention you every episode. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who's watching and listening to Transmissions. We really appreciate the support, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.